welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brianna. Today I want to share with you how I decorated my home for Easter in a way that feels very natural, timeless, and also meaningful. Along the way, I'm going to share with you tips on how to pull things together to make it look very polished and high-end, as well as sharing some DIYs that I created. That way I can help save money along the way and give you some ideas too. Also, this year I really wanted to reflect on the true meaning of Easter, which is the resurrection of Christ. So on my mantles, I made 2 different displays focusing on that, so I'm really excited to share those with you. So come along with me and I'll show you how I did it. Starting on my mantle, I already had this vase with green stems, but then I added this one with cherry blossoms. I feel like it just looks like spring. I still really love the look of 2 vases together. Then in an effort to bring my faith more into my decor, I found these beautiful canvas prints. They were an odd size, but I was able to find these frames that matched. They came packaged really well. I was really impressed with them for the price, and I really love the look of canvas over printed paper. It just looks a little more high-end. And I love the way the gold frame looked with the gold in the artwork. It looked really nice together, and the easy open back of the frame was super easy to use and it fit really nice and tight. I was really impressed with how it all came together. This one I'll use above a stand I have here in the dining room, and then the other one is the one I'll use for the mantle. In order to balance out the vases, I added some candlesticks on the end just to make it look even. And then I found these natural wood crosses at TJ Maxx, and I think it finished off the look perfectly. I thrifted all these baskets last year, but this tray was a new find. It was only $3 and I found the perfect spot for it. And I found these wicker vases at the bin store and added a few tulips and a candle that I already had to finish off this little space. It's a little hard to see from the glare, but there's the new artwork above there as well. I also found this at TJ Maxx and I knew my kids would love it. I thought the price was great, so I added it to this little vintage tray that I already have, and I feel like it balanced it out nicely. And on the opposite side of the room, I love the fact that scallops are still in because this tray is one of my favorites. I also love the flexibility of using cordless lamps in decorating. And for our table centerpiece, I thrifted this 2-tier stand that I found earlier this year and I saved it thinking it would be perfect for Easter. I found some colored peat moss at Hobby Lobby, and then I had these vintage bunnies from last year you might remember. I think they look perfect in here. I love a table centerpiece that's easily movable, and this one's just perfect for that. For the front door, I found these crosses at Hobby Lobby. They're very simple, but I love the way they look. We live on a busy street and I love that it's easily visible. Perhaps maybe it'll encourage someone and bring them a message of hope. I actually keep these tulips in the bathroom year round, but I added these cute little guys on this tiny tray in the corner. This wicker vase matches the other one I have. I just love the texture on them. I have olive branches in these. And then I found this set online and I was really excited, but then disappointed when I received it. It's so small. It wasn't made very well. The staining is kind of off on these. And I thought maybe I could make something similar to it. So I went to my dad's workshop. I used this old shelf that I had, and since I already had the pieces, I just kind of used them as my guide, but it would be really easy to be able to freehand them as well if you needed to do that. To save time, I cut out all the pieces first with a bandsaw. This cuts it a lot faster. I love any opportunity I can get to use my dad's tools. I feel like working with your hands is so therapeutic. Then when I was done, I used the scroll saw to get the finer detail and cuts. This is a little more tedious, but once you get the hang of it and you figure out how to hold the wood, it's pretty easy. I don't know about you, but I feel like this is so satisfying to watch. Once I did all the outside cuts, then I went back in later and then did the inner detail cuts. This just made it a lot easier going that way. I had to stop and make sure and catch this shot of these two. They were so cute. They were eating peanuts and listening to our very first thunderstorm of the year. Dad's shop was a busy place that day. My brother was also there fixing his truck and the kids were having fun watching him. I was so happy with how these turned out. I feel like they just look so much more substantial and just higher quality. And instead of hand sanding everything, I used my dad's belt sander to hit most of the wider spots, but then when it came to some of the tighter corners, I still had to use a little bit of sandpaper, but it went pretty fast. This was the first day that I actually felt like spring, and it was amazing. It's such a good feeling. I was so excited to bring them home and see how they looked on the mantle. I love how the wood contrasts well with the tones on the mantle wood, and I think it looks really great here. I didn't plan for the angel to sit up on the stone, but it just sits there perfectly. And then at TJ Maxx, I found this sign, and I think it works perfectly, tying it all together. If you're enjoying this video, I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a like or a comment, and if this kind of content brings you joy, I would love for you to be able to subscribe. If you know me, you know I love to use free TV art from YouTube, and I love that adding this little bit of spring florals in this corner really brightened it up. This coffee table setup is the same one that I used last year, but I absolutely love it. If you want to check out my Easter video from last year, I can put the link above, and then you can come back later and check it out. There is something to be said about using tradition and bringing back the same celebratory items every year. I remember my mom had felt bunnies and marble eggs, and we look forward to playing with them every year. And my kids are the same. They love to shove these little eggs up into the bunnies, and they looked forward to it, and they couldn't wait to have them out to play with them. One of my favorite tricks is to keep pillows very neutral, that way you don't have to change them very often. But cottagecore is going on strong. There are ruffles everywhere and they're making a comeback. I found this one pillow at a bin store, so I kept it around for spring, and I think it's just perfect. And then I thrifted this one several years ago, and I think it's super cute. These little modern wood bunnies were one of my favorite purchases from last year. I think they look really nice over here because the same wood tones are in the sign and the magnifying glass. My kids and I made this bug collection about 7 years ago, and it's still going strong. It's so much fun. We also added a feather collection in a shadow box down below as well. And there's nothing that says spring more than florals. I added these fresh white hydrangeas on my bookshelf and record stand. I think it looks just nice, clean, and simple. And this bunny artwork makes me smile every time I walk past it. I love how it just brightens up this little corner. I love garlands on my coffee cart. I think it's just so fun and unexpected. And since the eggs were so colorful, I just kept everything else neutral. I knew my jelly beans in my bunny dish would not last long, so I made sure I was ready to film before I put them into public circulation. And it was just like clockwork. I love to place things in front of the outlets in the kitchen to hide them if you can. It always just makes things look a little bit cleaner. It's a good thing I got 2 extra bags. Alright, I have a question for you guys. I cleaned my oven and it dripped between the 2 glass doors. Does anybody know how to fix that? These tulip wreaths were so beautiful, but they were also very pricey. So I used this bunny wreath that I bought at a garage sale for 50 cents years ago, but I never did anything with it. I thought about gluing moss to it, but I think that would just be messy and it would fall off. So when I found this floral boxwood at Hobby Lobby, it was absolutely perfect. It was really easy to pull the branches apart and then just wire them on. And I made sure that they all went in the same direction so that the flowers were pointing up as they would be naturally. And this only took me about 30 minutes. I know this because I was listening to one of my kids' piano lessons the whole time I was doing it. Not only was making this wreath cost effective, but it was also a lot of fun. Last year I made a really simple, beautiful bow, and it still looks amazing, so I decided to reuse that. I always love projects like these. Anytime I have the chance to work with my hands, I find the rhythm of it incredibly calming and balancing. I was recently reading about how meaningful working with your hands is and how it's becoming a lost art, and it's something that we all need. So maybe this could be a good reminder that we all need to take a little bit of time to create every now and then. After adding this final touch, I couldn't believe at what a transformation this bunny wreath has had. Plus now every single time I use the front door, I feel so proud. I kept the front porch decorations pretty simple because we've been having some really wild weather lately. So with that, my Easter decorating is finished. Thanks so much for spending time with me today. I hope this inspired you, gave you some ideas on how to create a simple, beautiful home, and that you remember the true meaning of Easter. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and I'd love it if you could subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. I'm so happy that you're here. And in the comments below, tell me what you thought about this video, whether you thought these tips were helpful, if you liked my DIYs. Also, I love hearing other people's traditions for the same holiday, so tell me how you celebrate Easter in your family. And if you like this video, I just made a really great one about how I decluttered my closet, and I gave you top 10 tips on how to keep it organized as well. So check that video link out, and I'll see you over there. Bye!